I'm painting a bicolor rose today. This is a tutorial of how to do the petals in wet and wet technique. So I have this sketch messed up, so I'm gonna just fix that right here. This is my first live stream. That sketch was quite correct actually, but it's a bit messed up. You can't really understand what's happening in that sketch. And another thing, guys, anyone that has joined, thank you. Actually, no one has joined yet. I have fixed up the sketch, but it looks a little wonky. So I've just erased it a bit and put on the cap. This is how to do that in wet and wet technique, like I did with the other parts. And I'm also gonna finish this leaf up here, these leaves to be honest. And here we go. This is just plain water I'm putting on. Just paint with the water first. And guys, I'm sorry I don't have my tripod. That's why I'm holding it this by hand, so my finger is getting hello. Wait. Now I'm gonna just put some Crimson Lake by the very edge. You can see that it got out a bit, but that's okay because that's black, right? Nothing happens with black. It'll just go with a swoop. Don't worry, nothing ruined the painting. It's fine. I think maybe a bit of Scarlet Lake has pulled in because the condition of my palette is not very good. Actually, nowhere is good. So let's go continue with our video. Actually, the live stream. Sadly, no one has joined. Now it looks kind of like this. I'm gonna add a little bit more red here. So I just took some very thick paint, but don't take too much paint or else it will just be a glob of paint on your paper and it cannot take more layers. And in watercolor, layers are very important, so make sure that you have enough space for layers. Now I'm just gonna take some Gamboge Nova from here. You may not notice this is not very watery. It's actually a milky consistency. Now get that on, put it in. The paper is not too wet now, so the color is not spreading as the red was. I feel like I will be pushing and pulling the red a bit more. And it's been 5 minutes, guys. You're not even joining. Voila. You know what? I'm gonna quit this live stream. If no one joins till the end. Or let's carry on. Let's guess this is a live tutorial. I don't know. Now another petal. So another paintbrush full of water. I just splatter water everywhere. Wow. So awesome. Crimson Lake again. You see that curl over there? I'm gonna just cover it up with paint. I I don't know how to make that very good, or I don't know how to make it visible, okay? Don't attack me. I'm not an artist. I'm just a kid who's 12, who's trying to be a self-taught artist. Hello. Thanks, FS Art. Thank you to be my first commenter, viewer. Thanks. Take Gamboge Nova. Don't make it too watery, just like the milky consistency I have showed you earlier. Thank you, FS Art, for telling me that it's amazing. I am actually not working from the reference picture now because I don't need it anymore. If you want, I can share you a tip. That tip is, after you have done that sketch, you don't really need to follow it too much. You can just color it wherever and however you like. It's not really that complicated. So that petal is done. Now I'm gonna just quickly finish up the other ones. Oops, the water just got a bit out. Oh, for what kind of sheet? It's the Canson, I guess. What was that? Canson Montuval, I guess. 300 GSM. It's one of the cheaper grade, but it's kinda good for a cheap quality. And Here I'm done finishing up that petal. I just have to let it dry a bit so I can add the shadows with the dark red mixture of a red and not just kind of red. It's crimson lake with some, I guess, ultramarine blue. Just add a tiny bit of ultramarine to make this color, or else it will be just too purple. And we don't want purple here. The whole painting is just warm colors. Here. Now I'm just filling up the shadows wherever I can add them. You see, if you have too much black and there's a glove of paint, I can just use that as a black. So, and I mix it up on a plastic or any kind of non-absorbent surface. I added a little bit more black paint to make this a dark reddish purple. It's very dark now, so we have to be very careful with it. I think I need more black. With this will be the darkest part on the rose because it's the center. Fun fact, this rose is older than me, I guess. It's from a very old picture that was in our family album. So I thought, why not paint it? That rose was very pretty, and sorry guys, I cannot show you the picture because I kinda ruined the original picture because I don't know, it was very sticky. The day was very hot and I don't know why it got sticky, and then it got just some kind of dirt on it. So I just put, oh man, this is embarrassing. I just put ink on it to make it look good again. Now for the up for the last two petals. Man, why am I dropping water everywhere? Oh, it's so annoying. After drawing many watercolor, no, after painting many watercolor paintings, I have concluded that it's best to what am I gonna say? Yeah, it's best to not put too much paint if you put too much paint, you can see the background, it's got all shiny and stuff, not very even. And that's what it happens if you put too much paint. Don't put too much paint, it'll get bad. I'm gonna upload the rose on my short, no, the YouTube shorts. You can see the full drawing there. Sorry, I don't have the full process. Wow, it's only been 16 minutes. Huh. If any of you watching have tips on how to draw a reddish leaf, please help me. I need help. If someone watching is... No, there's no one watching, but if someone watching here, please tell me how to just draw the reddish leaves, what colors and how that is possible, because that's literally impossible for me. I'm just crazy at the moment. I'm just putting blue, red, yellow wherever I like, except for the last petal. Again, I spilled water. Duh. Now this is getting annoying. Just like all the petals, Crimson Lake on the outer edge. Because we're doing wet and wet, it's just blending it out quite itself, but I'm gonna make it even more diffused. And in the inner edge, just like the other petals, Gamboge Nova, milky consistency. This whole painting of the flower is done by milky consistency, and sometimes if I do need glazings, it's watery consistency. Never ever take too much creamy paint, because it can make your painting worse. And I'm switching off the brushes here because I got a bit too much paint on it. So I'm gonna just put Crimson Lake again. Be sure to use crimson, because Scarlet Lake is a bit too much of an orange. So you guys literally be like, so what? two petals are not the best, and I'm still spilling water everywhere. I'm furious. I took some milky consistency in the lake and just using it as a way to make the petal look darker. It's not that white. Feels like a million years after I have last posted or drawn, I guess. What was the last video that I have even posted yet? This place is just now back and forth. And finally I'm finished with the rose part. Here. I'm finished with the rose. Now for these leaves, I don't know how to do them. I don't think I'm gonna live it because the leaves are probably going to be a back and forth process a bit too much. I cannot tell you how I can do it or how I will do it. Do you guys know how to do it? Because I don't, and I need your help. I think rose leaves are somehow brown, but they're somehow green but still red. And I don't know how that is possible. I'm gonna put some Viridian green, so I guess it will make it better. I guess. But when the Viridian will dry, I cannot think what I can do. I just put the Viridian on. I'm gonna glaze them with the very watery consistency because glazing needs water. Water is glazing's best friend. Man, it's too light here. What it looks like. It looks ugly, I know. Okay, goodbye for today. Have a good night, day, evening, whatever. And again, there is a water spillage. Yeah, so that's the finished rose. Still not done with the leaves yet, but I'll be done. Goodbye.